water conservation. So that is one company which is actually insisting in building a smart home in terms of water usage. So they are trying to use a way in which they can actually filter the water that you use in the house for personal hygiene, and that can be reused to plant your water your gardens as well as wash your cars. So that is one little chunk that is there. Then again, we have another business owner. He's Cheyenne, situation in Karachi at the moment, working on water conservation again, assisting in reducing the bacteria in the water for your personal use. That those filters you can use in your house, that 60 gallons of water can be used or can be filtered by one go. Another company which was called Rocky. Now these guys were the ones who were in Pakistan, who were here and wanted to develop this made in Pakistan, made by Pakistan, and wanted to stay here. But fundings were not there. So what he was actually creating a retrofit for your home appliances to make sure that you use less energy, less electricity, and further assist you in reducing your electricity bills. Now over here, the user environments were not provided. So what happened that they went to the lens. So what do you think when you talk about such businesses which are already in the University of Lahore, has some businesses, you have new architect designers who are coming in, graduating every year. So they need handholding as well, as Kamran mentioned earlier. That startups will be handholding and all that. But a lot of startups actually require a lot of money. So I open up this thing again that would the venture capital firms or people or even corporates be able to hold hands such or hand give handholding such startups in Pakistan, would they like to actually do the R&D themselves and pre-even the video?
Yeah. I think there is a two-pronged approach to that. First is value proposition that is being provided by the technology, first of all. And second and most important, because we have done research across the globe that how technology adoption is done at scale. Okay? So, and from that standpoint, that is where the regulation kicks in, that is where the government kicks in. Okay? So the first thing is the value proposition. As far as when I ask the question about smarts, because smarts is something, it's a buzzword, like IoT, AI is a buzzword. Majority of people don't even know what AI is and what it does, to be very honest. So we talk about AI, but we don't talk about the data, which is the fuel, right? So from that standpoint, it's very important how do we quantify and define smart. Okay. So smart is basically automation. At the moment, we see Intel has Springs, so about 10, 15, 10, 15 साल से हम Springs को देख रहे हैं, Intel देख रहे हैं, so they are also smart. They provide sensors, there is a movement, and there is a notification on your phone. So this is 20, 15 years old. This is not new. So from that standpoint, smart is basically changing with the behavioral needs of the user. So basically, the system is automatically adjusting its environment. Let's say, for instance, right now it's too cold in this room, right? And so this is where it needs to adjust automatically. There is more temperature. So that's like automatically it is adjusting with the user needs. And it is smart enough to evaluate that who is around, what is the environment, what is the temperature outside. So that's just on the technology side. So that is being worked on globally as well. But the second part is basically regulation. At the moment, look, I come up with this amazing technology of water usage. It is for, let's say, 3 lakh rupees. And 10 to 15,000 rupees per month for a 1 canal user. I tell you, I bet you nobody will buy. Why? Because there is no regulation there. So from that standpoint, we need to inculcate regulation when someone is building houses, and this is what is going on globally. If you pick, the global markets, that's how they introduce technology. When they introduce, it is proven, value proposition is there, then they kick in regulation so that it can go on to scale. So VCs, now the VC question comes in. So my perspective as far as local VC culture is concerned, I'm not very familiar with local VC culture, but what I've seen globally, that there are niche, specialized PropTech VCs globally operating now. Because you see, it is a very niche market. The VC or the financier is basically, he needs to know what are the ins and outs of this industry. The biggest issue about this industry, which VCs need to realize, normal VCs, obviously PropTech VCs VCs they realize is basically that this industry has a long right. Okay. Normally when we come up with these solutions, e-commerce, so on and so forth, you get GMP quickly, you have user, normally the pitch deck, you write, what is the GMP, how are you producing? So these kind of jargons, in my opinion, because I come from the industry, right? So these kind of jargons are not applicable in this industry. We need to take a deeper dive into the VCs. I'll name a few. AO PropTech is very popular in VCs. They're operating in billion euros, and they're getting funds from you and because they're targeting those sustainability goals. That's where they're getting money from as well. So from that standpoint, I personally think the VCs need to have acumen. They need to have an understanding of this industry to come up with the right rules, which are right businesses. Because eventually it's the business which will survive. So in my opinion, what I've seen is that if VC is lacking, these two VCs can count, advise better, but if they don't know the industry, they will not invest. So that is my perspective on it as far as the startup is concerned and as far as the user is concerned.
Right.